Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Again, I was expecting a little louder response. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can we have PPT put up on the LCD, please? Let me tell you, this God's very own land, Kerala, and that too Malappuram. Anybody and everybody in this country who is a Muslim always look up to the achievement of you all. To be very frank, you are the leaders of Muslims in this country. I come from Bangalore. Every time whenever we have to talk about the prosperity, the education and any index which determines human development, you come first. However, there are certain things. Whatever you got this first position because of lot of sacrifices. All these people are sitting here. Their forefathers, everyone has sacrificed for this prosperity. However, now there is a moment where we all have to introspect. We have to, my PPT has come, so I will go by the presentation. The reason I have come here is there was a time when, and even today, in literacy, Kerala is number one. Your education system up to school level is the best, but the problem starts what next after that. This is a brief about my journey. I started my journey in 2014. I did my law from India, then went to UK. I studied from London, one of the best university, joined Ministry of External Affairs, joined Prime Minister of Turkey's office. I was the first international person to work with him. However, there was some incident happened, and that incident was whether I am going to fulfill my individual dream. My dream was to work for the World Bank, IMF. Whether I should fulfill my single dream or should I work for fulfilling those hundreds and thousands of dreams for all those children who don't even have a dream in life. So I started the first school in 2014. I left Ministry of External Affairs in Delhi, joined one particular institute. I started one institution in Bangalore in 2014. So now I have 12 PU colleges, 2 schools and a degree college in Bangalore and around 5 cities. Alhamdulillah. And when I was running my institutions, I was taking students from Kerala. Lot of students, I used to come to Kerala many times. I took few students from Mukkam Orphanage, I took few students from JDT. And Alhamdulillah, many students got into IIT, many students got into MBBS, government free. Laborers' children, orphan children, Alhamdulillah, I used to adopt. I used to keep in my institution. And Alhamdulillah, they became doctors. In national quota, they became doctor. But I was not satisfied because I was able to serve only limited number of students. When I wanted to serve and impact the life of many more students, I felt running my own institution is not sufficient. So I founded this future education. The whole concept of how do we deliver the excellence in every school, not just in my school. Anybody, everybody, any school, everywhere, wherever they are running. How do we make sure and help them achieve that excellence in education, in academics, became my purpose. And Alhamdulillah, I started in 2020 when the lockdown was there. Through my software, I started supporting 120 schools plus. Then after that, that numbers increased by 500 and Alhamdulillah 2000 last year it was 820 plus schools. This year I have crossed more than 1000 schools support. My journey is very personal. When I started with very minimal resources, now the excellence started coming in, results started coming in. But the problem was how do we expand? For that expansion, when I was running these institutions, which was my own institutions, I was running these PU colleges, IIT Academy, kids, Falcon Kids, Civil Services Academy, degree colleges, Skill Academy. These are all were run by me. But then life changed when my vision changed with respect to future education. Alhamdulillah, in that I have started supporting different schools. Now the problem which India is facing, it is not Kerala problem, it is India's problem. What is the problem? Most of our children wants to become engineer. Bill Gates was telling the other day when he was in the visit to India that 83% of engineers who pass out in India are unemployable. They cannot be hired. The quality of engineers are not good. Look at the graduates who come out of this particular, all the graduation across the country. This country's problem is a jobless growth we are seeing. That is becoming a problem every passing day. After looking these challenges are very real challenges that children have crossed 8th standard and don't know, are not able to even properly read and write. Most of the schools in the country. In Kerala, the situation is little better. But when the world was changing, the entire curriculum system was changing in the world, India was still stagnated. Still we were following the old Macaulay system of education. Still we were following the old NCERT methods only. How to change the entire system of education? NEP was formed. NEP was tabled. And after that, NCF 2023 was formulated by Government of India. And Alhamdulillah, that NCF is right now available for everybody. And that is a mandate by Government of India for every school, which direction the schools should take in this country. That is NCF, National Curriculum Framework, which was formed in 2023. And there are 4 objectives for that particular NCF and NEP. What are these 4 objectives? These are all mentioned here. With respect to holistic approach, what is the holistic approach as per NCF? I will deal with it later in detail. Flexibility in learning, that was one of the objectives. 21st century skills, that is where I am going to talk about. That is what is the importance of 21st century skills. Accessibility and inclusivity. These are the objectives, major objective of NEP and NCF 2023.
NEPയും NCFും മുന്നോട്ട് വെക്കുന്നത്.
The objectives of NCF, any curriculum whichever is going to be formulated in the country. If you look at your textbooks, if you look at the way the teaching is happening, it is nothing but rote learning, it is nothing but memory based learning, it is nothing but recall based learning. But the objective of NCF is written very clearly that the curiosity has to be developed among the students. Students have to be creative in their learning approach altogether. Students should be having the skills, that is problem solving skills they should have. They should work in teamwork and collaborative manner. They should have the information, they should be able to integrate technology. They should be cross curriculum learning. A science student should have the approach to the arts, emotional development, experiential learning, critical thinking. These are the very important.
കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ക്യൂരിയോസിറ്റി വർദ്ധിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു സിലബസ് ആണ് നൽകേണ്ടത്.
I'm very sad to tell, no matter what curriculum, what framework the government has said, it is difficult to bring the change in the system. Because if you just have a look at the way transformation is happening in other fields. Can we have the slide? Next slide. Just look at the transformation in transport industry. This is one of the transport vehicle in 17th century. Now there is something called Ola, Uber. They don't own Uber doesn't own one single car, but has changed the entire ecosystem. It has empowered all the stakeholders, where the driver is benefited, where the owner of the car is benefited, where the customer, the passenger is benefited. Everybody is taking benefit in the entire ecosystem. Now, in cities, if you look at, people opt for Ola and Uber because it has changed the entire landscape. This is the change we have seen in transportation. Go to the next slide, please. We could not imagine just 5 years back sitting at home, ordering food and eating restaurant food at home. We could not imagine. But now it has become a habit. Look at the change which has happened in the hospitality industry. Just because they have empowered all the stakeholders. Our educational system. This is 17th century picture. This is 21st century picture. There can be small change. The change can be the TV is, that the board is smart board. Other than that, there is no change. This is the saddest part. Because people have failed to understand how to empower all the stakeholders involved into the entire ecosystem.
ഒരു വർക്കർ ആകാം, ഒരു മാനേജർ ആകാം, അവർക്കാണ് സ്റ്റേക്ക് ഹോൾഡർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.
We think it is the teacher's responsibility to do the teaching and the student's responsibility to learn. We fail to understand that there are different stakeholders. All 4 have to be involved in the ecosystem to bring a positive change in the educational landscape. Adopt technology. We have to start adopting the futuristic learning which is required for the future, to make sure that whatever the children are learning in the schools are useful when they finish their education after, because a child who is in 6th standard, he is going to get into the industry after 10 years, 12 years. Whatever learning he or she is doing in the school, in the grade 6 should be useful when the child goes to the industry after 12 years, 13 years. Look at small innovation, one innovation. Every last innovation in last 10 years has been so drastic, which has not happened in last 100 years. Now, the pace of innovation, the pace of change is going to be accelerated in the next coming decade. Every 3 year to 4 year, the generation will change. Earlier generation used to change for after 40 years. Here there is going to be a change in the generation thinking. The market, the industry, the change is going to happen every 4 years. So the change is happening very, very, very fast. Look at what ChatGPT has done, what artificial intelligence has done. We have all our schools, even today, take the examination based on what? The child should by heart the textbook or the notes which the teacher has given and go and reproduce, omit on the exam paper, repeat as best as possible, recall as best as possible, and based on how best the child has recalled and by hearted, that child is going to get the grades. That is a normal educational model, right? Cannot compete with artificial intelligence. It is impossible. You have no understanding what are the capabilities it is developing in itself. Where there is a limitation to the human brain, how much you can recall, how fast you can recall. That has gone to a different level. We used to think that it is just not recall, that Google was all about recalling. Now applying the intelligence and analyzing what is being asked based on the situation is what the artificial intelligence has done through ChatGPT. You are not understanding, even the creators' jobs are at stake. You are not understanding every mundane task which is repeated in nature is at stake. Every accounting job is at stake. Every manual job which is being done in every industry at stake. It is going to vanish if you don't realize the change which is going to come in future, which is right now is a reality. My purpose of standing is here is not to scare any one of you. The purpose is not to scare this young generation. Purpose is not to scare the teachers. The purpose is we have to be ready we first be alert of the changes which are happening around us. We are very happy. We are eating biryani every Friday. We are very happy. We are having the same lavish weddings in our families. We are very happy with all businesses which we are doing. But you are not understanding anything and everything in this world is going to change if you don't realize what change we are looking at, what change we are staring at. Trust me, that world is going to be very different if you don't understand the implication of that change now. About if you want to be successful, many students sitting here, many parents sitting here want their children to be in the premier institution. IITs, AIMS, IIMs, competitive, they want the children to clear the competitive examination like Brother Shahid has done. See, what is the requirement? You first need to understand the requirement. Here, that understanding of requirement is not there. Everybody is in certain thought process. All A plus will help me in something. It is waste. 100% marks, 100 out of 100 in all subject is waste. You get 0 weightage for your all A plus marks. You get 0 weightage for all 100% marks because the system is changing. The way you are going to be judged for any course, any course, whatever you take. If you want BA admission, BSc admission, BCA admission, that is normal graduation. That is going to be not based on your 12th marks. That is going to be for central government universities, it is already decided. CUET is the only examination which matters. Only that marks matters. If you want to get into IIT, your weightage of board examination is 0. Only your JEE marks matter. If you want to get into NEET, it doesn't make any difference whether you get 100 in physics, 100 in chemistry or 100 in biology. The boy or girl who gets 51 marks is equal to somebody who gets 100 marks. The only thing which going to decide what is going to be your marks in the competitive examination. Let me come to the solutions, because I have dealt with lot of problems, challenges and everything. What is required? Why am I here? What I want to convey to you all? I made the first statement that you are very good in the primary education. But the problem starts what next after 10th. There is lack of foundational understanding with respect to the preparation which is required for the future. The school system, which is already been very much available everywhere in Kerala, our schools are following very old method of teaching, where all CBSE schools strictly follow NCERT only, and that is for the exam-oriented NCERT preparation only. But the government is changing the methodology of selecting students for the professional and premier institution. I just told you, your NCERT board marks have no weightage. But what is happening in your schools? Have to change what you are learning in your schools, have to change what parents are going. Now the parents' approach is you should get good percentage, you should get good grade, A+. All that has to change. Now what has to happen? You have to have a right preparation. What do I mean by right preparation? You cannot go to a school in the daytime and to clear your doubts in the school, you go to a tuition center in the evening. That model doesn't work. All your requirement, everything has to be taken care at one place, so that you get maximum time to do the self-study. Right preparation, right time, foundation preparation. I was telling, we prepare for IIT in 11th. We prepare for UPSC after graduation. We prepare for, that is the wrong methodology. It is compulsory now, if anybody wants to do IIT, that he should start or she should start from early age. Foundation preparation should be there, where you don't have to go to a coaching center, LN, Akash, Pala and all that. Pay 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees. All that is waste. That is not the solution. If that is the solution, every child who is studying there would have been successful. What is the solution? That where you are studying in your school, your schooling should be taken care, your doubts should be taken care, your competitive preparation should be taken care in the school itself. That is the right method, where after whatever school has taken care, the time should be there for the child to absorb everyday basis. Right alignment of your board, competitive should happen from the schooling itself. The scientific approach is a word which I used, the last thing, where the whole topic is about science academy you want to establish. The learning of tomorrow is not STEM, it is STEAM. Just go to the next slide. I don't want anybody sitting here to miss the bus. What do I mean by this bus? This is future, where the future is missing. What the problem with our community is that after 10 years, when it is past, we realize, we feel, oh, we missed it. I don't want you to miss that. Right now, the changes which we are seeing, how do we be part of that particular change? Not be somebody who complain about the changes. Next, I was talking about science, technology, engineering, arts, very important, and mathematics. These are the futuristic learning. Arts student should have the understanding of technology. A technology, today the world appreciates iPhone. Why does the world appreciate iPhone? Not because it has the greatest technology only. You will laugh that Steve Jobs used to go and sit in the calligraphy classes. He had a very good sense of arts. He designed how the keyboard should be, how keys should be, how the screen should look like. That arts he had a very good understanding. That is why it is not replaceable. We want our children not to just learn science by finishing the syllabus. They should know every chapter base. Experiments has to be done by the child every day basis at the institution level. At the home, they should do the experiments. The child should not by heart mathematics, should not by heart a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus. All is waste. If somebody is doing that, please stop doing it. It is not taking you anywhere in the future. That is not required for the future. Your certificate is of no use. Google does not ask for your certificate before hiring. Meta does not ask for your certificate before hiring. Tesla does not ask. They are going to only check your skills. Whether you have the skill set required for that particular job or not. That skill set does not come by just taking certificate, just by passing examination. I am not a preacher. I am not here to just come and give a big bhashan and big speech and go. See, I have all experimented on myself, on my own school. I have seen the problems. I wanted to solve the problem. So all these years, what I came out with is a solution. Can we have that circular solution? I think go to the next. The students needs to be empowered. Teachers needs to be empowered. Go to the next slide, please. Parents, management. Next slide, please. A unique academic system is what I wanted to stress upon. I was telling you that child usually go to the tuition because in the school whatever teacher has taught, the child has not understood. We came out with a solution that anything and everything whatever the child is going to learn, that child should be independent, should be empowered to clear his or her doubt anytime, whenever, wherever the child is studying. If 12 o'clock night the child is studying and he doesn't understand this concept, teacher should be available to clear this concept at 12 o'clock night. For that, we created the QR. For every question, for every concept, for any homework, for any classwork, everything there is a QR code. We created world's highest number of QR code repository for the learning of the students. It is just to make sure that the child does not go to a tuition center. Child is studying and the topic the child does not understand. He just scan this, teacher will explain this concept in detail.
The last type of tissue we are left with.
Now teacher will explain 24/7. After this, result orientation is very important. What result we are talking about? This is one of the curriculum support which I gave to Delhi Public School. 40,000 students studying in one city, Delhi Public School. Every student uses my system. All the teachers uses our system. Why? Because those teachers are independent now. Those teachers get a 5 to 6 materials, resources, R&D done, all with the PPT, augmented reality, everything they get to teach in the classes to make sure the students feel very excited in the class. But for the child, it is just not that. The child will excel in the boards. The child will excel in the competitive examination. The child will have the foundation preparation, everything in one place. He is not dependent anymore on anybody else for extra thing. Parents don't have to keep spending money in the tuition center, in the coaching center separately. It is at one place, everything has to be taken care. That is where the result will come, outcome will come. Otherwise, child will just keep running around between one place to other place to another place, and everybody will keep shifting the responsibility. I am not responsible for entrance, the coaching center is responsible for entrance, I am not responsible for doubt clarification, tuition center is responsible for doubt clarification. That is not going to solve the problem. Somebody, one person, one institution should take entire responsibility, and the child should get entire solution, and the child should get the time to excel in whatever is been taught in the institution. And that is with the scientific approach of today's learning. Tomorrow, whatever is required, coding, if the child has to do coding, from grade 1 the coding has to be taught. If the child has to learn robotics. From the grade 1, robotics has to be taught. When the science is taught to the child, it should not be NCERT science alone. We have developed the entire curriculum only for the science. Chapter wise, the child should do the experiment at home, at school. For that, the child is no more dependent on anything else. We want the institution to be empowered. We wanted the child to be empowered. That learning from the mathematics, there is a math lab. How to drive formula, how the formulas are derived. Everything the child should learn by doing, by experiencing the learning. That is called experiential learning the child should have. We'll take another 4 to 5 minutes, not more than that. Next slide, please. What are we going to do with the Science Academy, Kodur? These are the 3 things which we discussed. Where how to empower every school with respect to grade 1 to 5. We wanted every child at each concept where the coding, animation and computer science is given to child. Every mathematics is will not be just taught the way it is taught. We are going to change every school's methodology. We will partner with Science Academy only to ensure all our schools in and around are empowered. With respect to 6th to 10th, we wanted e-techno concept. All foundation preparation should be there in every school. The student should not go to any coaching center and all that. The parent should save. The institution should get empowered. The child should get empowered. That is what we will try to do. We wanted the STEAM, the entire the Science Academy, the whole objective is to bring out that science, technology, engineering, arts and craft and mathematics. There is a new enthusiasm which I have seen in this academy, that they wanted all these children to be empowered in that particular field. So we will inshallah put efforts to integrate all this solution to all this school. They wanted to work on the research and development. Alhamdulillah, we have joined hand where collective research and development will happen. We will ensure all our students, all our schools, all our teachers should get the 21st century required skills and the support which is possible. I will conclude with, I think I have taken a lot of time. The next slide. We will inshallah work in whichever possible manner to help and empower all our schools, because you all have done a lot of efforts. Kerala was a forefront in establishing schools in India. The first one with so many schools, by society, with the community, by the orphanages, with the mosques, with everybody came forward to start schools. But now just sending the child to school is enough, not enough. What kind of school we are running? What kind of quality we are running in the school? Whether our schools are empowered for the future, tomorrow. Whether we are teaching what is required for the children, which is required for the next generation, next 10 years. That is the biggest challenge. Inshallah, we have our brother with us, who's Shamsuddin. Alhamdulillah, he has taken up a mission. I am with you in this particular mission. How to empower every school of ours, inshallah, in Kerala. How to make sure that all our students should get the best possible quality education in this particular country. They don't have to go to an international school to learn these futuristic learnings. Inshallah, they will be getting all that at a very possible. We have lot of plan. We will inshallah do it most economical, inshallah. There are few announcements also. Mr. Shamsuddin will make it with respect to, we will adopt few students through the Science Academy in the beginning, where we will train them for IIT, we will train them for inshallah AIMS, we will train them for MBBS, inshallah. That will start. And Shahid is here, so I was in touch with him from long time. Alhamdulillah, we are going to start one particular program. UPSC, everybody, when we talk about UPSC, here there are three institutes are running. Very good result we have got. Kerala got, I think, eight students who were in the shortlisted last year. It is an okay score. But is that it? That's it. When we look at competitive government services, we only see that civil UPSC what they give. Hardly 700 seats. You get nothing out of the 700. Our numbers have not increased in last 50 years. We have not crossed 5% ever, I think. We are always there 3%, 4%. I am running a residential academy in Bangalore. There in Kerala there are three people are running. In Delhi there are quite many people, 5, 6 our Muslim community are running. All we are running free education. Where is the result? We are talking about IAS. Very few students can get there. What about SSC? What about RRB? What about public service, state public PSCs? The possibility is that still government of India, all the state governments are one of the bigger employers. We can get into lot of services, inshallah. We are going to partner with every degree college, inshallah, in Kerala. Anybody and everybody who wants to prepare for competitive examination in their degree college, while they are doing their degree second year or third year, inshallah, they will get the foundation preparation. All 100% free from Falcon institution, inshallah. In all the degree colleges of Kerala, we will inshallah implement it with the help of all these young dynamic people who are here with us. I got lot of time. I think I have bored many of you sitting here. I am so sorry if I have taken lot of your time. I think it was very much an extended talk. Thank you very much. We will inshallah work together. You are the leaders. You are our leaders. For Muslims of India, you are the leaders. You have to assume the responsibility of a leader. You have to be ready for what is required for the leader. Little efforts, inshallah, in the right direction. Your forefathers have done that effort in 1980s, 1990s. Now it is your turn to take that particular extra step and work for what is required for the future to take again Kerala front runner. You have contributed to all the Middle East now. Now the time has come, you have to contribute to the rest of India. If you assume that leader's role, inshallah, the country will always be indebted to you. All the Muslims of this country will always be indebted to Keralites because of your efforts, because of your sacrifice. You are a most sincere community, alhamdulillah. I have seen everywhere, in social work, in educational work, in house, everywhere you are alhamdulillah great. You have done your sacrifices. Now, please assume that role of a leader by shaping the future of these children. These children, inshallah, will in turn change the future of the rest of the country's Muslims, inshallah. Thank you very much. Jazakallahu khairan.
Thank you, Dr. Subhan, for your insightful lectures and valuable message. We truly enjoyed and understood them well. Best wishes for your future endeavors, and we hope for your continued support on our journey. Thanks for joining with us on National Edu Conclave, and thank you our translator Muhammad Shamim for joining with us.